Next our concept is unions. Till now we have learned about the structures. Now we are moving to the unions. Okay, so this is also very important. We will see this concept is also borrowed from the structure itself only, but the main difference is of storage. Then what is in terms of difference between structures and unions? The main difference between them in terms of storage. Let us see. In structures, each member has its own storage location. Okay, for example, let us see here integer number, right? Integer number, how many bytes it will occupy? 2 bytes. Character name of 20. 20 means 20 into 1, 20 bytes, 21 bytes. Float marks, float means it will occupy 4 bytes, right? Integer will occupy 2 bytes, character is occupy 1 byte, but here the 20 is taken, 20 into 1, 20, right? And the float will occupy 4 bytes. So 24 plus 2, total size of this structure is 26. What is the size of this structure class? 26. But in the case of if I use the union, it will store the highest memory consumable data. That highest memory consumable data is your float. Float will consume 4 bytes, right? It will store 4. Okay, and it will skip this value. Even if you try to print these values in union, it will show an garbage value. Okay, that is the main difference. Okay, in structure, each member has its own storage location where all the members of a union are use the same location. Okay, means these variable will store these different locations. But in the case of unions, it checks which is the highest consumable memory byte. That highest consumable memory byte is a float. So in the float you have to store only this float value, and the rest it will be skipped. Got it? Yes. Let us see here. You can identify. For example, here union. So the structure of union is the same. The syntax of union is the same. Here the keyword it will come as union. Here the keyword it will come as union. So keyword is union and the item is the name of the union. Okay, union, item is the name of the union. These are the data members. Here I am defining the int m, float x and char c. Int m, float x and char c. Integer will occupy 2 bytes, float will occupy 4 bytes, character will occupy 1 bytes, right? So this code indicates the union variable. The code indicates your union variable of the item. Okay, yes. If you want to access this value, then how you are accessing? Code.m, code.x, code.c, right? So if you try to print code.em, it will print garbage value. If you try to print code.c, it will also print the garbage value, but it will print accurate value of float x. Why? Because according to this union structure, according to the union body, what is the highest consume variable? Whichever is the highest consume variable, it will print as it is. Okay, yes. Here it is showing the same thing. So let us see here. Code.m is equal to 379. You are storing code.x is equal to 7589.36. If you try to print code.m, it is showing errorness output or nothing but garbage values. Okay, so let me show you this simple program and you will understand what it will happen. So, okay, union is the concept of structure itself only. Okay, yes, I am writing void main, and it is always use hash include stdio.h and hash include new.h. That's it. Now let us check. Okay, so if you are getting the confusion, you can declare the union outside of the main function also. Okay, I am declaring the union outside. Union, what is the name of the union? Value. What is the name of the union? Value. Now I am declaring the union variables. What are the union variables? I, float, f, which is consuming highest value. Let me make it as a small. Okay, int I, float f. Now void main function, here union value x. What does it mean? You are declaring declaring union variable, right? Through this variable you can access this member variables. Okay, through this variable you can access this member variable. Now you are storing x dot I is equal to 10. What is the value of x dot I? It is 10. X dot f is equal to minus 1456.45, right? You are displaying the first number. What is the first number? X dot I. It is an integer, right? What has to supposed to print it? It has to supposed to print 10, but you are saying it doesn't print the 10. It is printing erroneous output, that is a garbage value. Okay, let me show you. Let me use the CLRSS here. Yes, and here the getch function, and save it. Now come here, save it. Here I'm storing as value.c. Okay, what is the name of a file? Value.c. So what it will print only? It will print accurate as minus 1456.45y. This entire union will consume the highest memory consume variable. This entire union will store highest memory consume variable. Whatever the rest variable is there, it will print garbage value. Okay, yes, let us see. Yes, let us open value.c and fi. Let us compile and run it. Okay, if you run here, first number is 3686. Actually, what is the number we have stored in x dot I? It is 10, right? But it is showing some garbage value. Okay, it is showing some garbage value. Now let us compile. Now run it. If you run it, it is showing the second number minus 1456.44. This is an accurate because union will store only the highest memory consume variable value as a buffer, and the rest is displayed as erroneous output. Okay, for example, if I make as a double one more variable, please observe, I'm taking it as a double d. Okay, now I'm storing x dot d is equal to 56. Let us see now which value will come, which value will be print accurate. Yes, which one? What is the size consume of the double? Third number, right? Third number is equal to percentile f double quotation slash n double quotation x dot d. Yes, now what is the output? It will print double as an accurate value, that is a 56 point will come. Okay, 56 point will come. You have stored as an integer, it will show in a double, and the rest two will be shown as inappropriate output, garbage values. Now compiling and running. If you run here, first number is 0, second number is 0, but third number it is showing accurately 56.00. Okay, yes, likewise your unions are working. Okay, these unions are also required sometimes whenever you are defining graphical programs. Why it is required? For your gaming programs. Okay, in your gaming program, that object has to be consume highest memory, that has to be only shown, and the rest should be skipped. Okay, so that is why it is required. Okay, and next one is the size of structure. This is also 2 marks, a very important question. This question will come in your first unit as well as fourth unit. Okay, in your first unit is also, it is there in your operator, it is a special operator. Here size of structure is asking. As we know, the structure of a size of a structure is we normally use the structures, units and arrays to create variable of large sizes. What is the purpose of structures, units and arrays? To create variables of large sizes. The actual size of these variables in terms of bytes may change from machine to machine. From machine to machine, the actual values may be changed, but by using this size of operators, I can able to identify the size of your structure. Okay, the size of operator tells the size of structure. Let us see the syntax. If you see here size of struct x, it will give the total size of structure. Okay, if I give the structure of y, it will give the structure of y. Okay, for example, here the structure is there, right? So it is int number char float is there. If I print the size of this, what is the structure variable here? Student1, right? Student1, if I print the student1 structure of student1, it will show as 20 plus 4, 24 plus 2, 26 bytes will display. Okay, why it is a 26? Why it is a 26? Because of this individual size. Let us see, let me open this program only. Okay, I am opening the previous program and I will modify, open it. What is the stufun2.c? Let us open this program. Right, here we are having two variables. What is that two variables? Roll number, s name. Got it? Here 4 students you are taking, right? Let me print first. Let me print size of okay, let me print the size of, here the printf is there, printf of size of structure student is %d, it is a size, right? Okay, now let us display size of operator of struct. What is the variable? Yes, right. Okay, now let me save it and compile it. It is showing 3 errors. Here it is showing struct size of struct. Okay, save it, compile it, 4 errors. Size of struct student, right? Save it, compile it, 1 error is there, expected of 4. Let us see for the 4, save it, but compile it, 1 error is there, function should have a return value. Let us remove this, let us save it, let us compile, 1 error expected, where it expected. Instead of this, let us remove, simply give as an s, as we know it is a structure, right? Alt F9, function call missing. Okay, let me take a simple program. We will remove this program. Okay, first let us check for the first simple program. I am opening stufun1.c. no, f3, no. What is the previous programs we have done? Let us check f6. These are the function programs, right? These are the function programs. Let me open previous program. What is the previous program? What is the first program we have done? Student.c. Yes, this is a student file, right? Here also structure of array variable we have taken. Let me take just as a, okay, let me take a new file, no problem. Let me make here hash include stdio.h dash include ponyo.h void main and open error. Sorry. Okay, before that let us to create the structure, right? Okay, struct student. I'm taking some variable int as our roll number, char name of 50, char name of 50, next char name of address of 60. Okay, let it be. That's it. Let me check what is the size. 60, 50, 110, 110 plus 2, 60, 50, 110, 110 plus 2, 112, right? It has to show 112 bytes. Let us take structure variable structure student. Yes, CLR SCR. Take CLR SCR, and one more variable I'm taking, int a, just for understanding purpose. A is equal to size of, what is the name of structure? Struct student s. Okay, now I'm displaying printf. Size of structure is %d a and get ch. Okay, now save it. F3, F2, and the size.c. Now compile it. Alt F9. One error is there. Expected. It is showing as expected. Okay. One error. Expected. Not required. That is the type just as a yes. Okay. Size of yes. F9. There is no error, right? As we know, s is the structure array variable, right? Control F9. It is showing 112. Is it right? Yes. What is the purpose of size of operator? Size of operator is used to identify. Number of bytes consumed by your variables. Okay. For example, if it is 10, let us see what it will happen. S of 10. I just made as a 10. I do not know what it will happen. Let me check. Compile it and run it. It is showing 1120. For each student it requires 1112 bytes. Got it? So how many bytes your integer will consume? 2 bytes. Character 4 bytes. Sorry, character 1 bytes. 50 size is given, 50 into 1, 50, 60 into 1, 60, 60, 50, 110 plus 2. Right? Suppose if I give here it as a float, what it will happen? Let us see. Float height, float weight, double weight. I will take double. Okay, double weight. So float will consume 4 bytes and double will consume 8 bytes. Okay, now save it and compile it. If you compile and run it, it will show 1240 bytes. Why it is 1204 bytes? Why it is because of 10 student, right? Got it? For example, if I made for only one student, let us see, it is only s instead of 10. Let us see. I'm saving, I'm compiling and running. So it is showing 124. Why it is 124? Because character is 1, so that is by 50 bytes, 60 bytes. 50, 60, 120 bytes plus 2, 112 bytes plus 4, 116 bytes plus 8, 124 bytes. If I make it as an array of a structure variable, for if it is 110 members, it become 1240 bytes. So that much of a memory will consume. So if you want to identify the bytes consumed by the variable, you have to use the size of structure. Okay. Hope you understand this concept, right? Let us see the last topic. This question is also asked: difference between arrays and structure and difference between unions and structure. An array is a collection of related element of same data type. So an array is a collection of related element of same data type. Then what is a structure? Structure is a collection of related element of different types. Okay, structure is a collection of related element of different types. Then array uses index or subscript to access its element. If you want to access any value of an array, you have to use either index or subscript. Okay, here structure uses a dot operator to access its member. If you want to access any data members of a structure, you have to use dot operator, right? Okay, array can be 1 or 2 or multidimensional. Array may be one dimensional, two dimensional or multidimensional, but in the structure we do not use the concept of dimension. We don't have the concept of dimension. Nested array is not possible. In arrays, nested array concept is not possible, but in structure, nested structures are possible. Assigning one array variable to another will not copy the content of one array into another. Assigning one array variable to another will not copy the content of one array into another, but two structure variable can be assigned. Please observe here, two structure variable can be assigned simultaneously, copy the content of individual member within the structure. Two variable can be assigned simultaneously and copy the content individual members within the structure. Okay, array behave like a built-in data type, but structures are user defined data type. Arrays behave like as a built-in data type, it is a predefined, but structure is acting as a user defined data type. So these are the difference between arrays and structure. Sometimes it is asking for 2 marks and 4 marks, so you should be very cautious. Now we will see the difference between union and structure. A union may contain many members of different types. It can handle only one member at a time. Please observe here, it is a collection of different members, but it can only store one member. It can handle only one member, right? That is the highest consumable memory. Structure is a collection of related element of different data types. Now we will see the syntax. Syntax is union tag name, data type member 1, data type member 2, and so on, data type member n, and it is terminated with semicolon. If you see the structure syntax, structure name, data type member 1, data type member 2, and so on, data type member n. Okay, so likewise you are declaring the structures. And next, declaration of a variable. Syntax of a structure is here, and declaration of a variable. So then how you can declare the union variable? By using union keyword, union tag name followed by the variable name. Whatever you are declaring in union tag name followed by the variable name, then you are declaring the variable. In the same sense, you are declaring the structure variable. Your structure variable you are specifying by using the keyword struct, structure name, variable name, structure name and variable name. Okay, size of the union variable is equal to the size of the member that requires the memory allocation. Size of the structure variable is equal to the total number of bytes occupied by all the members. Okay, size of the union variable is equal to the size of the member that requires the memory location. Memory location is required, highest memory consumed is only stores. Size of the structure variable is equal to the total number of bytes occupied by the all the members. All the members, what individual member, just now we have seen, right? Unions are efficient in using memory. So unions we are using for efficient purpose of memory management scheme. Okay, so if your phone is having less memory, then what you will do? You will do on sum of files you are deleting, right? In the same sense, here also we are doing the same things. Okay, occupies a large amount of memory depending on the size of structure. Here by using this structure, it will consume large memory depending on the size of your structure. At a given instance, only one member can be assigned a value. So at a given instance, for example, only one member can be assigned a value. Only one member can be assigned a value. That value will be displayed as a proper. All the member can be assigned values at given instance. At any given instance, you can assign value to a variables. Okay, so these are the difference between unions and structures. So here some of our short answers questions are there and long answers questions are there. So you just go through it Here, what is the structure? What is the definition of structure is there? How do you define a structure? Give syntax is there. Differentiate arrays and structures. So these are the possible questions of 2 marks, and these are the long answers of questions. You just go through it. This is a very important topic. Please go through your previous question paper. In the previous question paper, you will came to know what are the possible questions they will ask. Okay. Hope you have understand this concept. We will meet in the next chapter. Okay, so don't neglect it. This is a very important chapters, and these are the chapters are used for constructing your softwares. Okay, yes, see you in the next class.